Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. And today we are going to see what is the difference between a statutory auditor and an internal auditor. Something that is extremely important for a CA student to know. So I want you all to first understand the concept properly and then we'll proceed ahead. Look, the owners of the company are known as the shareholders, correct? This you have learned in your beginning of the commerce field, 11th, 12th standard, you have learned this. The shareholders put their hard earned money into the company. Company is defined in the Companies Act in a section called 2 clause 20. Okay. When the shareholders put their money into the company, they become the owners of the company. The reason is they get shares of the company. So now the next question is that, sir, if the shareholders are putting their money into the company, can they also run the company? Think about the situation. Reliance has more than 32 lakh shareholders. Now, if 32 lakh shareholders start running the company, every shareholder will have a different opinion, yes or no. So, very difficult for so many people to come together and run the company. So, what the shareholders do is they meet on one fine day, and that day is called as AGM, Annual General Meeting, which is covered in section number 96 of the Companies Act. In the AGM, the shareholders take many decisions, but two of the most important decisions that they take is, first, who is going to run the company for the shareholders. So who is going to run the company? For that, they appoint the directors of the company. They run the company. Directors is defined in section number 2 clause 34. The directors collectively are known as board of directors, and board of directors is defined in 2 clause 10. Directors defined in 2 clause 34 and board of directors is defined in 2 clause 10. Okay. The directors, because they run the company, manage the company, sitting at the top, they are called as the top management. They are called as the top management. But whether the directors are running the company properly or not, whether the system is in there in place or not, whether it is properly organized or not, to check that, you have one more person who is called as the statutory auditor, and he is also appointed by the shareholders in the AGM. We are talking about a subsequent auditor. So subsequent auditor is also called, for a long term purpose, is called as a subsequent auditor, and that person is the statutory auditor of the company. The statutory auditor cannot be an employee of the company, cannot be an employee. This fact that statutory auditor cannot be an employee is given in section number 141, subsection number 3, clause B. In that it is given. The statutory auditor will see whether the directors are running the company properly or not, whether the board of directors are running the company properly or not, and the statutory auditor will report to the shareholders whether books of accounts and financial statements agree with each other or not, and whether financial statements give a true and fair view of the state of the affairs of the company. Okay. The statutory auditor here has to compulsorily be a CA, compulsorily. Statutory auditor will give his audit report to the shareholders in the next AGM. So statutory auditor is appointed in one AGM and he'll give the shareholders the report, that is the audit report, in the next AGM. Easy. Next. See, the directors of the company also want the company to grow. They also want the company to do very, very well in the future. The directors of the company appoint a person to point out the loopholes in the company system, the issues in the company system. Example, a company will have a sales procedure in place, a purchase procedure in place, a inventory management procedure in place. They'll have a salary payment procedure in place. Whether these procedures are properly working or not, whether they are there in place or not, that mistake in the system, the person who identifies that is called as an internal auditor. That person is an internal auditor. So internal auditor is a person who will tell the company where they are going wrong, where they need to improve, what they should do, how the company can scale further, how the company should manage their factory better. All these recommendations will come from the internal auditor. The statutory auditor, remember, is going to report to the shareholders. The internal auditor, because he is appointed by the top management, he will report to the top management. आपको जिसने अपॉइंट किया है आप उनको रिपोर्ट करोगे. Are you there? Next. Internal auditor may or may not be an employee of the company. Internal auditor can be a CA, or he can be a cost accountant, or he can be any other professional. He can be any other professional whose services the company can take. Internal auditor is covered in section number 138 of the Companies Act. Comfortable till here? Easy to understand this area. These things are to be known for every CA student. Very, very important. The reason is because they create the base of your subject. It helps you to learn the subject in a better manner. Go for it, tell me. Who are the owners of the company? It is the shareholders. The shareholders may be lot in number, so they may not be the right people to take the day-to-day decisions. So shareholders meet on one fine day. That day is called AGM. On the AGM day, they appoint persons to run the company. That is the directors. Directors collectively are called as board of directors. The directors, because they manage the company sitting at the top, they are called as a top management. The directors here run the company, but whether they are running the company properly or not, whether they are presenting a true and fair view in the financial statements or not, that will be checked by the statutory auditor. Statutory auditor has to be a CA. He can never be an employee of the company. The fact that he can never be an employee is given in section 141, subsection number 3, clause B. The statutory auditor is appointed in one AGM. He will report to the shareholders in the next AGM. The statutory auditor will give a audit report. The top management also normally wants the company to grow and do very well. To point out the loopholes in the company system, the top management will appoint an internal auditor. Internal auditor may or may not be an employee of the company. He may be a CA or a cost accountant or any other professional. Internal auditor, because he is appointed by the top management, he will report to the top management. Covered? Simple. Company is defined in 2 clause 20. AGM is covered in section 96. Directors are covered in 2 clause 34. Board of directors is covered in 2 clause 10. Simple. The auditor gives this audit report, and there is a duty of the auditor to give audit report as per a section called 145. Remember this, 145. Okay. Internal auditor is covered in section number 138. Why I am telling you all these section numbers is because every CA student should aim to write the paper with all the section numbers intact. If you speak to any of my students, they will tell you that we work very hard on the section numbers to ensure that you remember all the section numbers properly. Okay. I wish you all the very best. Study well. If you like such kind of videos, please write in the comment section below that, sir, this was useful. Please continue making such videos. And also like the video if you like the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I wish you all the very best. Take care. Bye-bye.